on top of that, you're going to get the government benefits that come in with being in a government position, which include full health, dental, housing allowance, that varies upon the city that you're in. And also the training. When you're in the FBI Academy, you're going to learn how to clear rooms, use a wide range of firearms, as well as different self-defense techniques. And if all of those things are not good enough for you, then being an FA agent is just really cool. So anyway, thanks guys.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm the president and founder of Normal Tulane here at Tulane University. I founded this in January, and I'm going to talk to you about it. Normal stands for the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, and what we do is we represent students and other individuals in New Orleans and advocate for legislation. We have educational events for medical, recreational, and industrial marijuana, and we also have fun events. So last December, it's kind of cold, we hosted a little rally from the City Hall where, this is Terry Haynes, he's a senior here, and he is holding one of the kind of scary facts in Louisiana about marijuana, is that 1 in 50, or this is specifically about arrests, 1 in 55 Louisiana residents wakes up behind bars. That's a lot of people. And that's in consideration that the United States, we represent 5% of the world population. We represent 25% of the world's prison population. So that's it. That's a lot of people. We spend, in the 40 years since this war on drugs, we've spent $1 trillion. $51 billion every single year is spent on this. That's like money that we could be spending to reduce the debt. We could be spending that on healthcare. We could be spending that on schools, but yet we are wasting this money putting people in jail for a victimless crime. And this is, by the way, of the 1.66 million people that are arrested every year for marijuana, 46% of that, so that's 7,600,000, is for possession alone. So, by the way, there's a lot of really kind of fun phrases. It's really easy to market marijuana, so it's kind of fun. Events on campus. We hosted a cannabis conference at the end of April. We didn't feel the 3 days short. They wouldn't let us have events because I think the whole school was like taken over at that time. But what we had is we had speakers. Freddie King, you may know him. He advocates a lot. He's a very good person to know, by the way. If there's one thing to remember, if you're in trouble, Freddie King. You know that guy. He's right over there, and he's been incredibly helpful for a lot of students. He will advocate for you to the absolute end, and he's been supportive of the Normal cause for a very long time. We also have a table that you might have seen outside of the canister, and this is made bird feeders. Fun fact, hemp seed is an incredibly potent source for food, and is a very good food crop. In addition to, you can just feed it, and that's all the things you need. Most bird seeds have a lot of other things, fillers, but hemp seed's absolutely perfect, and you can eat it yourself. It's really healthy. The other things we do are have fun, normal events. One is kind of stoner films that everyone can kind of enjoy, and the other aspect is to have educational films on campus. We'll be having this one coming up, so look out for that. This one was recommended and will also be on the agenda, but these are the two ones that we're doing coming up. So if there's a few things that I can really encourage you to do is to kind of impart to you why I became involved with this. I didn't really know much about marijuana and the history of the drug war until last summer, when I just started learning and reading a little about the history of it. So if I could do one thing I can encourage you to do is to educate yourself. After you learn about this drug war and realize through evidence, you don't have to be convinced. The proof will lead you to the conclusion that the drug war has to end. Then tell other people. And finally, when you see politicians running for office and they're telling you we're going to reduce the deficit, we're going to advocate for this and that, ask them the question, why? And if you are in favor of the drug war, why are you going to keep funding this, and why? Because that's the really most important question, and it's the really most frustrating thing I've found when asking people about this, is that they will not give you an answer, but make them give you an answer. Because they are spending billions of dollars on this. And you need, and that's my presentation. Thank you.